to Tibalt's Apprentice, and I won't put you through what I went through to make this deck, or actually to modify this deck. This was initially, actually I'll include it in the show notes, I'll include the original version of this deck. After much trial and error, we came up on a better life gain infinite loop, because if you're not playing an infinite loop, you're losing. So, at least that's the way it seems. You may notice me clicking on here later on when asked how the games are. I'm putting that they're bad no matter what. But you know what? You don't want to hear me complain about Arena. You want to see what you can do to get better or play more or have more fun. So let's concentrate on that. Here we see white-green versus white-green and Selesnya against Selesnya. But I think they're having a little problem getting their mana on board. So, in addition to this deck was Scry. Like I said, you're going to see a lot of cards that you're already familiar with. That Drawbridge, though, is new, as well as the cat giving us life gain. This is going to be a quick one. We're going to go through this, and you probably aren't seeing anything that you haven't already seen. Again, with the exception of that Drawbridge. The idea is I want to be able to have a hasty creature if I need it in a pinch. A lot of this stuff is situational. You're definitely going for life gain throughout the deck, as always. But the fact that those creatures can suddenly attack quickly make them worthwhile. There's kind of a variety that I've included in here. I think you're going to see me go up against the Goblin deck, and you're going to see a couple others. I think I actually made sure that one of the losses was included here because it was just an interesting deck. Getting back to what's happening, we're going to make sure to swing on their turn since they are playing against white-green. We're not worried about counter spells. Being able to drop this on the board is just going to give me a chance to go bigger and put more creatures so there's more pressure to win on the next turn. So yeah, they just gave up at this point. So let's move right on to the next one. This next game, I believe, is another quick one. Looking at it, it's all the basic stuff you've seen before. I am going to keep it because it has a collected company there. We're up against red. You know that has to mean goblins, right? That's all that anybody plays in red these days. And it's a good solid deck, so if we have the cards in hand, we might be able to beat them. They're going to swing in. They're going to get some damage on me because, well, goblins. Though, at this point, the idea is to get to 4 mana as fast as possible. Again, unless we're against a control deck, we don't have to worry too much about what's coming down. Again, they're going to swing in for more damage. As long as it's not lethal, I don't care. I like seeing a collected company back to back. You notice that I never move my cards around, to sort them. I never do that because that's from the old days of playing Magic on paper. I never wanted to, well, I didn't appreciate that. I never wanted to give my enemies a clue as to what my hand contained, especially when people were playing a lot of hand disruption. A lot of times, just force of habit, people would always put their most powerful cards to the left-hand side and their lowest casting cost cards on the right-hand side. So whenever I had to go for, hand disruption, I'd always go for the left-hand side of their cards so that I could get their powerful stuff. Just a force of habit left around from playing other card games. That was an easy victory that I just talked through and didn't really talk about. But it was goblins. I had the cards I needed. I got them as fast as I could. The collected companies back-to-back made all the difference. So now we're up against blue. Now we have to worry about counter spells, though it looks like this is all about deck. It's all about milling me out. It's all about destroying my deck. So, one of the changes from the initial deck list that I had is to always include at least a bare minimum of 2 Gaia's Blessings. I'm going to leave that right there because I know they have more mill coming. Interesting, however, to see them play that. This is going to be something of a problem. So, let's get this on board. I will be gaining life, so I don't think life is going to be the issue. Not getting that, I know that they're going to mill me again, so I might as well put that to the bottom and hope that I just draw into the collected company. Going to gain life every turn because I have my cat on board. But we can see what they fear. They fear me sculpting my hand. 23 to 11, so that's fairly solid. It's a fairly solid ratio. I like that. I don't like that too much, and if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be the game that they play Reflecting Mage. That's a bit of a problem. Alright, so they're going to count on cards going into exile and coming back to give their creatures buffs. That's okay. Again, the most important thing they felt I should not have is the ability to sculpt based on the life gain. And there's the Reflecting Mage, which ever so slowly spells our doom. Now, if I took more time to actually read the card... Oh, miscast. Well, that definitely put a wrench in what I planned on doing. Anyhow, 31. 26 to 11, we're doing okay. Except the Reflecting Mage is coming in to the battlefield again. Alright, so they're going to mill me out again. I don't think... Maybe they don't understand, maybe they don't care. Milling me isn't going to do what they need to. Me drawing cards is what I need. This is going to be something of a problem because they're going to start bouncing that Reflecting Mage repeatedly. They have a ton of triggers here, and if they do that, I'm not going to be able to cast that that clause on the Reflecting Mage that makes it so you can't cast that again. It's not good. How many times are they going to hit that Gaia's Blessing? Every time, I guess. It does keep my choices fresh, not having a graveyard there, but it also sets me back and doesn't necessarily advance my board state because I'm not going to get to the cards that I need if I keep drawing the same thing over and over and over again. Alright, well, let's go ahead and block, because that's not how I'm going to win this game. And I am suddenly down to 9. That advantage that looked so good a few moments ago is quickly, ever so quickly, slipping away. And I'll have to try to find a picture of Mr. Furious here from Mystery Men, because rage is growing. Let's drop this. This will give me a little bit, but you know what? I'm back up to 21 life. I don't think it's going to matter, though. Yeah, at this point, their creature's just getting bigger and bigger and swing in every time. I can block 1. I need something that will give me life gain on board. I'm going to have to draw into something miraculous. What can I top deck at this point? Collected Company and the Scurry Oak would be great. I don't think I'm going to get that, though. And we do know they are playing Counterspell selectively, so I'm not mad. This is a decent deck. It's something different. There's the Scurry Oak. Let's drop this. Drop the Scurry Oak. And I don't have anything that lets me put 1/1 counters on there. I needed to pump that class up. So I lose. But I'm not mad, because that was a decent deck, and at least it was something different that I haven't seen. Alright, so this is good. I've got my green mana. I've got my white. I've got plenty of creatures. Next turn I have 3 creatures on the board. Again, translating this life gain into something useful only happens when you have the Scurry Oak on board. Or you have that Beastie card that I added in there, which is a little bit of that's the buffing up the Soul Warden in theory. Well, that's unfortunate. I will get this on board. Even if they wipe it out, I'm still hoping my Collected Company will draw into the cards that I need. 2 Collected Companies back to back is probably just exactly what I need. I don't appreciate that, but let's see if I can get this on board and get some more creatures. No, it doesn't happen fast enough. Because I didn't gain any life, that's why. Suddenly those collected companies back to back aren't as impressive. Alright, I have 4 mana still to cast that. Alright, let's pump this up. Let's swing in. The problem with these gate decks is they are playing 5 color, so they can play good stuff. Alright, let me see here. Yeah, 5 color good stuff, and counter spells, and lots of removal. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can build past what they're able to destroy. And again, let's see what we have here. Yes, I just need to build this up past 8. If I can get this higher than 8, they have... it doesn't even matter. They're done. Okay, I appreciate that. On to the next game. Alright, so usually I play 3 games consecutively to see how we do with a deck. This was numerous games, and like I said, I finally got to the point here where these last 4 games are consecutive games. Got to be able to sculpt my hand. Don't need that yet. I really want to cast that beast so you guys can see what it does. It's not being... How rude. Alright, well again, they're going for mill. That seems to be the strategy that's most popular. Let's get 4 mana on the board as quickly as we can, so we can cast Collected Company. And we can put our beastie down and make some more beasts. Alright, we need to be able to put +1/+1 counters on it though, so we need the class down, and we need to bump that up to level 2. Get that Cleric Class. Oh, and they're playing... Well, of course, they're playing Dimir, so... anyhow, they're playing black-blue, so of course they're going to be playing counter spells. Drown in the Lock. Alright, so play a little bit more cautiously. I have what I need. I'm going to wait this time. Collected Company, so if they do Drown in the Lock again, I can play the beastie on my turn. Mill, alright. Collected Company. Do they stop it? Wow, that was a lame pull. Plenty of mana. And that actually means that I don't know if I want to play the beast. I will try to... Let's see. How do they feel about that? They gonna let me? That's great. Oh. Okay, never mind. And again, I need something to allow me to put +1/+1 counters on it. So this deck isn't as mindless as it might first seem, or you might assume. I'm just waiting for them to hit that Gaia's Blessing so I can put it back in there. There's the Gaia's Blessing. I will play the Gaia's Blessing then. Let's get one of those back. Let's get the tree back. Let's get all 3 combo pieces back in our hand, or at least back in the deck. We'll drop this on the board. Bring this back so that if they do kill my creatures, I can still gain life. Get it coming and going, as it were. We're going to dump all the cards out of our hand because, of course, they're going to have me discard. 33 life to 14. That's a fair assessment. Oh, I'm going to put that back in my hand. All right. Well, there's what I need. All right. Is it over with? Are they going to give up? This is exactly what I need. So let's build this up. And let's spread it over the creatures so that we can get in for some damage all the way across the board. Again, we could cast this for the front side. Since I bounced it back to our hand, it didn't make us just get rid of it. Alright. And really, they're digging for an answer. I almost feel bad with this win as if they didn't get the mana that they needed. But they're playing blue back, so I don't feel that bad for them. Let's gain some life. And here we go. Swing in. They're going to gain some life back. Oh, they're going to ninja something onto the field. Well, that just buffs up mine. And that's okay. Oh, how dare they? I was supposed to play that. They weren't supposed to play it. Alright, let's make sure that I got everything that I need. Now we'll get to what's in the deck. I really wanted to be the one to play the beastie and show you what it could do, but let's just swing in. And the deck list will be below in the show notes. Right now, we'll take a quick look at the cards that fill out this new and improved version. Yep, it was bad. It's always bad. Arena always is bad these days. So, that Herd Baloth, we have more creatures coming in. We have other one-drop slots to be able to get our life. I'll just move these off to the side so you can see the cards that are unique to this or this particular build. That's it. Thanks for watching.